Miss Danby, with all due respect, it's a gentleman's guide. Why would I include a ladies' club? Some gentlemen have wives. Only the unhappy ones, Lyman replied before he could think better of it. What a terrible thing to say! Miss Danby's generous lips parted in shock, though he wouldn't have taken her for an innocent. If you're unmarried, it's very conceited of you to issue a blanket condemnation of something of which you have no first-hand knowledge. And if you are married, it's quite cruel of you to speak that way about your wife, who would be heartbroken to hear you, I'm sure. She raised one dark eyebrow, challenging him to deny the assessment. He might have said nothing. The opportunity was there, and Lyman's instinct was to take it. Better to avoid such an unpleasant conversation with a woman he barely knew. But that's not the real reason you don't want to tell her, is it? As with all things, it came back to his own selfish pleasure. There was temptation in the way Miss Danby's gaze lingered on him as they spoke, in the teasing note in her voice and the ever-present spark in her large, dark eyes. She was very pretty, and she was trying to charm him, and Lyman, bastard that he was, enjoyed it. This wasn't a mature widow, in a position to take risks with her reputation. Miss Danby was young, in her mid-20s, he would guess, and unmarried. In spite of her unconventional pastime running of a den of sin and ruin, she struck him as guileless. There was a certain childlike optimism in her speech and manners that warned him away. He would drain every ounce of goodness from her spirit if given the chance, just as he had with Ellen. Better to stamp out this spark before it could burn her. So he forced himself to say what he did next. I'm afraid you're mistaken on both counts, Miss Danby. I do have first-hand knowledge of the subject, for I am married, and I assure you that it has made me miserable. As for Lady Ashton, there's no need to worry about my breaking her heart. I accomplished the task years ago. If we were still on speaking terms, I'm sure she would be the first to tell you that no sane person should enter the yoke of matrimony. The result of this speech was exactly as he'd expected. Miss Danby stared at him as if he'd just dipped a kitten into a cup of tea and eaten it whole. Monster, her eyes said. Scoundrel. All true. And now that she knew it, Miss Danby would clutch her skirts and run back to wherever she'd come from. Her mischievous smile would never entice him again. But she didn't run.